What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Jess, and you're watching Keto Rewind. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you're not new. Wow, it's a week 51 update of my keto journey. 51 weeks ago, I changed my world. Everything I knew about my world was about to just get dirty, messy, and real. And wow, here I am 51 weeks later. My official start date was February 11th, 2019. My next week's weigh-in is going to be on the Monday, which is actually the 10th. So I'm probably just going to call it my 1-year anniversary to keep the schedule of my Mondays being my updates. So just note that. I know. It's not officially the 11th, it's the 10th, but you know, close enough. So anyways, this week has been amazing. I had a fantastic week staying on point with my macros, eating, staying focused, getting the gym in, staying stressed, taking some actual, what do you call them, self-care days. I mean, seriously, I took self-care days. I did it all this week. I thought I was going to have a huge drop on the scale. Unfortunately, I hop on the scale this morning and I'm still 209 pounds. I'm still 209. That means this is week 3 of no loss. So yes, incredibly frustrating. Incredibly frustrated. But there's a million reasons that can explain why it's not moving. It could be keto being keto. It could be the amount of weightlifting I did last week at the gym. You know, I pushed myself hard at the gym. I'm doing all kinds of stuff that just taking my body to the next level. You know, that can create some not so nice results in the scale, you know. It could be, it's Shark Week currently right now here. Of course. It could just be, I'm going to have a swoosh this week. You know, like there's so many reasons that it could be why it's not showing a loss in the scale. So at this time, you can kind of understand why people would give up 3 weeks without any loss in the scale. Like 3 weeks, you know, like the hell with this. But this is the time that separates the people who are great and hit their goals and the people who don't want to fight hard enough for it. This is that defining moment where you have a choice. You can push through and keep chipping away at it and trust the process, or you can say, the hell with it. I'll be fat forever. You know, something like that. Maybe not those exact words. I'm just saying, I'm making that a funny example. But this is that defining moment that I've had a lot of these in my journey. And this is the longest I've gone without losing any weight. So it's kind of weird. And I'm kind of like it's unsettling, but I'm not worried yet is what I'm trying to say. Because I have seen, you know, just from being a part of many keto communities, a lot of people can go 4 to 6 weeks without a drop in the scale. And then all of a sudden things move along again, you know? So I'm not sure what's really going on. I'm not a doctor. I'm only going to guess at what's going on with me. But I know that I had a fantastic, phenomenal week. And I can visibly look down and see myself smaller. You know, I can't really give you a camera angle like that. But you know, when you look down and you can see your profile, like I'm visibly smaller. I can see it. The scale's just not catching up with it right now. So am I frustrated? Of course. But is it going to change anything? No, I'm going to keep going. I'm 40 pounds from my goal weight still. But I'm so close. This is the time that you fight further. Getting to 100 pounds lost in itself is a monumental victory. I am so proud of myself. 100 pounds off of my body is amazing. It was so much hard work. Yes, the job's not done yet, but just that victory in itself of saying I can lose 100 pounds and doing it is something to be so proud of. So I'm so proud of that. That girl had the strength to change her life, to get to the girl that she is today. So this is the time where I'm going to draw upon 100 pounds of experience losing weight and apply it and move forward. So the main thing is when I go to the gym, I don't do any cardio. I have never done cardio at the gym. I hate cardio. And I have a genetic heart condition that my doctors kind of said, you can do some cardio, but take it easy. Stick to the strength training. It's less stressful on my heart for what I have. So this week, I was at the park with my kids, and we jogged to the car from the park, and which was about third of a mile. I haven't run a third of a mile since I was in high school, like 19 years ago. And I ran with my 6-year-old because she wanted me to run with her, and I did it, and I ran with her, and I'm like, I get to the car. After going a third of a mile, I would have been dead before. Like, get me the oxygen mask. Oh my goodness, you're trying to kill me? I get to the car and I'm not even out of breath. And that's someone who I have a genetic heart defect. Like, how am I not out of breath? Like, that in itself, I was smiling ear to ear. Plus, I freaking blew my kid's mind that mommy can run, and, mommy's getting healthy, and she was so excited to run with mommy. But wow, so that was like kind of a little bit of a little, hey, why don't you try some cardio at the gym? Like a little hint, hint, hint from my body saying, let's try some cardio. So instead of going to the gym and spending a whole hour on weightlifting, I'm gonna break it up to 30 minutes weightlifting, and I'm gonna try to do 30 minutes on the elliptical. I do enjoy the elliptical. I've done the elliptical in the past, long before my morbidly obese days, and I did enjoy the elliptical. I absolutely loathe the treadmill, but who knows? I'm learning so much about myself right now that I didn't know, and I would not have known if I don't try these things. So along with that thought, another NonScale victory besides being able to jog or run with my kid, I did cartwheels with them, both my girls, because my kids are obsessed with cartwheels right now. If you're 4.5 and 6 years old, and they're girls, they're probably wanting cartwheels in their life. So, and they've been doing it, and I haven't been able to teach them how to do it, even though I know how to do a cartwheel. I did them when I was little. I thought for so long I was just too big. I'm too big. So lose 100 pounds, all of a sudden that can't be an excuse anymore. So I got out there, and this mama can do cartwheels again. Like, yeah, that's me. Like, I'm doing cartwheels. I've had 2 kids. I'm 37 years old and I can still do it, But I would have never gotten to where I am today had I not tried. So if I didn't try to do a cartwheel, I'd never know that today I can do a cartwheel. So that's the kind of the point that I'm at. I'm discovering stuff about myself, and a lot has changed since I hit the 100-pound mark. There's been a lot of changes that I'm kind of not been so afraid to try again. And that's exciting. And those little things keep the journey moving forward. And it just keeps dropping little coins along the way of my path. I'm collecting them. So this is the time where I remember and focus on those non-scale victories. What is this all for? Remember that and try things, and it just gives you that little push. And the last thing, my husband knows I love kitchen gadgets. I throw stuff in my Amazon cart all day long. Always, our cart is always full of stuff that I find. I am a sucker for kitchen gadgets. So one thing I've been kind of complaining about is the fact that our kitchen is not laid out to have 2 ovens. It would require a whole remodel to put a second oven in. So I've been looking at this one Breville, I think that's how you say it, Breville convection oven, air fryer oven thing. It's like an all-in-one unit that's a convection oven, a air fryer, an actual oven, a dehydrator, a roaster, like a warming tray. Like, it's a pile of things in one unit. So I had this thing in my cart for like 3 weeks now. I've been drooling over it. Well, after discussing my struggles of wanting to eat out on the weekends and all that stuff, I just casually mentioned like, if I had got this thing, I would, be more focused. Well, sure enough, look what shows up at my front door. My husband got it. And it's one of those things that I just throw in my Amazon cart, not thinking I'm actually going to get. Most of the times I come to my senses, like, I don't need this, save for later. Well, my husband knows that I love this stuff. And so, because he knows also how much work I've put into myself, that it was kind of like a little present, a little surprise. So it was an awesome surprise, and it was so thoughtful of him. And I know some people, like, my husband got me a kitchen appliance, but for me, I love that stuff. That was like a good job, Kyle. So anyways, that showed up, and I got to play with that all weekend. Plus, it being Super Bowl weekend, I was going to make lots of like little appetizers and stuff like that. So I've been playing with this thing all weekend, and because I got that thing, I didn't want to eat out. I wanted to make every freaking recipe in that thing this weekend. So I played with my new toy. I did not eat out. I stayed on point with my eating, and it was just like that little push that I needed to keep moving forward. So yes, it was disappointing to not see a loss or a change in the scale, but I know that just moving forward and not dwelling on that number, not allowing that scale to have the control, and to keep going forward and doing what I love to do, and that's take care of myself, fight for what I know I'm worth, and just, I can't give up. Don't ever give up on yourself. So that's to use moments like these and to remember how strong you are, to learn how strong you are, because you don't get to this far in your journey by being weak or being a quitter. You get to this far in your journey by rising above and winning. So basically, my little mantra is don't sweat the number on the scale. It is what it is. Keep moving forward. And just like if you're doing all of the eating well, like you're doing everything you can possibly do food-wise, you're getting in exercise, you're taking care of yourself with like self-care, hot baths, stuff like that. If all those things are where they should be, don't sweat the scale. It'll eventually happen. But if you are in my boat, and then that you could maybe make some improvements in your eating, or maybe you could join a gym or work out at home, or go for a walk. If you can improve in those areas, improve in those areas. But for me, I know that I've been doing awesome, and I should have a loss. And so being that it's Shark Week here, it's probably what's going on. And I'm just gonna not dwell on it, and we'll see. We'll be back here next week. Maybe for my week 52 of my keto transformation. Maybe it's going to be a little surprise in the scale. I don't know. So we will find out though. But for right now, I'm going to keep being great, and I'm going to just add some cardio in at the gym. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you have had a stall in the scale, if you can relate with what I'm going through right now and have some tips for me, please comment below. My February goal is to, my self-challenge with myself is I'm not eating out at all for the month of February. So right now I'm a week in because I started a week early, but for the entire month of February, we are not eating out. We are eating at the house, and and that's a challenge in itself. So I can't wait to report on that and see, what that does for me in my journey. But my personal challenge for the month is no eating out for this whole month of February. What is your challenge for the month? Comment below. I'd love to find out. And again, if you have any tips for me, also comment below. But right now, I'm going to go head to the gym. It's time to do some cardio, and we'll see what this old girl can do. I'm Jess, and you're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.